start with the #1 overall draft pick, Paige Bueckers. So she previously played against was the Aces, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was the Aces.
Yeah, it was the Aces. But thoughts on her performance? I mean, she had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist,
Mm-hmm.
3 fouls in about 23 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What was your thoughts on how she performed this week, this past weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I expected her, you know what I'm saying? That was kind of what I kind of expected, her first game, preseason game and stuff like
Hmm.
that, getting her feet wet, try to learn the flow. And like I said, what a better way to start off than playing against the Aces, you know what I'm saying? So it was a big test up front, a star-studded man on both sides, you know what I'm saying, for the Aces and the Wings and stuff like that. And like I said, she didn't try to do too much, you know what I'm saying? Because, Arika is the player on the
Hmm.
team for
Hmm.
right now. So, but like she's gonna be a great co-star and then eventually she'll do her thing too and stuff like that. But I think she played within the flow. She didn't try to be too how
Hmm.
can I say, she didn't try to take over too much or try to force the issue or, what I'm saying, and she just let the game come to herself and stuff like that and just you know, to watch the flow of the game and stuff like that, see how it's going to go. It was a great game, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they didn't win, but,
Hmm.
it's more things to come, though, and stuff like that. I'm just trying to see how that backcourt is going to be. They got a lot of talent in that backcourt, man. That's going to be, like I said, like I told you earlier in the last week, man. That's going to be the strength of their team is that backcourt.
What's up, Dave? Man, thanks for tapping in. Really appreciate you, man. So no, but I agree with you, man. Um, they have a lot of talent. Um, I
Hmm.
was reading what the head coach told her. He basically told her just play and just stay in the game. Focus on the here and now. Don't focus on anything else. And that was some excellent advice, man. To
Hmm.
tell her, stay in the moment. So don't get too far ahead of yourself, because
Hmm.
it can become overwhelming. I thought that was Leaf. Yeah, there's Leaf. What's up, Leaf? How
You
you doing, bro?
salute.
Leaf, how you doing?
What?
You're mute. There
My,
you
my,
go.
my bad, my bad. What's going on, gentlemen?
What's
That's
going
good,
on?
bro. That's good.
So
Appreciate
don't worry.
it.
Always, man. You're part of the family. Don't worry about it. So, but right now we're talking about Paige Bueckers and her debut. And what I was saying was, what the head coach had told her is just basically stay in the moment. Don't think about the future. Don't think about anything else. Just stay right where it is and basically enjoy yourself. And that's some great advice, especially to young talent coming in the league. And I could tell she was trying to feel herself in the speed of the game, trying to figure out the screens because it's different than being in college. Those are some of the things that she talked about. So, I felt, hey, it's against the Aces, and it's to be expected. It's going to be a challenge, but welcome to the WNBA. I think she, handled herself well. So, Leaf, what's your thoughts on her debut?
Um, that's it exactly. I thought she was like looking for to see what she can get off. It's pretty interesting, like the transition from college a couple of weeks prior and winning
Uh-huh.
and winning a national championship and then going into the
Hmm.
league like
Hmm.
just what 1, 2, 3 weeks later. Like that's kind of a
Hmm.
transition. You're going right to the program, whoop, just like that. So
Hmm.
I think off the ball, she still her game has translated. And I think her game will continue to translate as long as she goes forward. In terms of scoring off the ball, off the catch, taking advantage of those opportunities, those scoring opportunities. She was looking for offense. Defensively, I think that's definitely going to come along because the speed of the
Hmm.
game and who she could guard and matchups, this, that, and the third.
Hmm.
Adjusting to the physicality, because this is the WNBA. They're gonna bump you. They're gonna get you
Hmm.
in the
Hmm.
spots, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I thought she played well. What was it? 5 for 7 shooting, 10 points, three
Hmm.
assists, I
Hmm.
think it was. She did all right. I had to look at that game a couple of times, and I had to realize a lot of the spots that she was getting into in college a little bit different in the WNBA, but I think she will adjust.
No, I agree with you. She will definitely adjust, and like you said, the vets are going to welcome her to the NBA, WNBA in their own
Hmm.
way. I think she got a nice little welcome from Aja early in the game, so not Aja's going to welcome a lot of people. So but again, she did well, and like Cave, just like you said, Dallas has to fine tune and figure out the backcourt, and who's going to be the lead guard, who's going to be the off guard, who's better suited for it, I think it'll help her develop. And then I
Hmm.
also think if they can truly develop the pick and roll with McCallum, that can definitely help them going a long way. So I definitely thought she handled herself well, and you know it's Dallas is going to with through time. I think they're going to develop a good program there. So but again, like
Hmm.
I said, Paige, definitely handled herself there. So